What's up, YouTube? This is Garrett from Blackluster Yu-Gi-Oh! Back to bring you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. And today I'm bringing you an updated version of my gemknights. And don't let the name up here fool you. This deck is not tier 1, but this is what I believe is my best variant that I have built for this deck. And so let's get right into it. For starting out, I've got 3 garnets, 2 tourmaline, and 1 lapis. Garnet's got the highest attack, so it's automatically the best normal one. Fire, none of the fire and the thunder aren't fusion monsters aren't the best in the deck, so they don't really matter. But the fires are definitely the better of the two. And then 1 lapis to bring out the very potent lapis lazuli. Next up, I've got 3 gem armadillo to search out for any gemknights. But unfortunately, it's not technically a gemknight monster, so it cannot be recycled or used for certain fusions. But it can be used to fuse Zircon. That's why I run 2, but I'll get into that in more detail later. Next up, 3 obsidian and 3 lazuli. Best cards in the deck. Gotta run 3. If not, you're doing it wrong. Run 3. 1 crystal rose. This card is pretty great. In mid game, it allows you to go off some powerful plays. If you have a lazuli in the deck still, you can ditch that to the grave, and this card becomes that name, and so you get to add off of Lazuli's effect. It's just a great card. I wouldn't run more than 1, maybe 2, maybe, but what I've seen for now is 1 is optimal. 1 rescue rabbit to go and build maybe a couple XCs or something, or go off on a fusion. But it's pretty good in this deck because you run a bunch of normals. Next up, Max C. Unfortunately, it got put to 1 recently, but it's still a great card, so you gotta run 1. Next up, 3 fusions, run 3. This deck's main problem is that if you don't draw fusion, you can't play. So run 3. Next up, 3 absorb fusion. This card allows you to search out any gemknight card, including the fusion, so run 3 of that as well. Next up, brilliant fusion. Amazing card, allows you to summon pretty much any gemknight monster, but you're going to want to go into Brilliant Diamond with it. Or perhaps Seraphonite, but generally Brilliant Diamond's the one you want to go into with Brilliant Fusion. Next up, Twin Twister for the spell and trap removal. 2 instant fusions. I recently added these because I figured you could recycle a bunch of monsters with this. Go into, I don't know, Dark Rebellion, or maybe another fusion if you wanted to, but next up I got 1 painful decision, or 2 painful decision, my bad. This card is pretty great. It allows you to search and get some monsters in the grave for Lazuli and Obsidian to target, so I run 2 of that, maybe 3 if you could find some space, but yeah, so I run 2 of those, 1 upstart and 1 Regeki. Great cards, you know. 3 strikes, 1 warning, my bad, and a breakthrough skill, just some general traps to help you grind through the game a little better. Next up for the extra deck, I'm running 2 Lady Brilliant Diamonds, 2 Zirconias, and 2 Prismeras. Brilliant Diamond, she's one of the best cards in the deck, so I run 2 of her. 1, you kind of run out of her really quickly, and 3, you could go into 3 Brilliant Diamonds in a duel, but I doubt you will use her that many times. Next up, Zirconia. It's like I said, you could use it with the Gem Armadillo, so that's why I run 2 of that, and it's one of the biggest monsters in the deck besides Brilliant Diamond. Next up, I run Prismera. 2 of him because he allows you to destroy a monster on the field or a card on the field. My bad, a face-up card. Next up, Lady Lapis Lazuli. The card is amazing. It burns your opponent to death. It allows you to get extra advantage if you send a Lazuli. This is a great card. I run 2 of that. Next up, I run 1 Master Diamond because it sometimes can get really big, as well as it can banish 1 level 7 or lower Gemknight fusion monster to gain its effect. So usually I'd use Lazuli and just burn again. It's pretty great. Or you could do one of the other effects. Next up, I got a Citrine. It's pretty great. You can run through stuff without fear of being cards activated on you. Next up, I have 1 Seraphonite. In this deck, you really don't use her a whole lot, so I don't see the use of running multiple of her. And I'd never bring her out really, but in the rare chance that you do bring her out and it's useful, you have her. Next up, 1 Ruby. It allows you to deliver some pretty massive stuff if you run into something with like 4,000 attack. But yeah, other than that, it's not that great. 1 Norden, one Dark Rebellion XT Dragon, and one Castell, and that's it for the deck profile, guys. Leave suggestions in the comments below if you have any, and thanks for watching.